The movie opens with an intense scene where the young Cole is frantically searching for his brother, Duckett, in a chaotic and crowded house. The sense of urgency heightens when Cole is informed that Duckett is behaving erratically. He discovers Duckett isolated in a room, shirtless and visibly injured, murmuring disjointedly, a clear sign of demonic possession. In a shocking turn of events, as Cole attempts to escort Duckett home, Duckett stabs Cole in a sudden, violent outburst before tragically taking his own life. Transitioning from this dark opening, the narrative shifts to focus on Mia, our central character, grappling with the anniversary of her mother's untimely death, which she believes to be an accidental overdose. Her relationship with her father, Max, is strained and distant due to the family tragedy, leading to a palpable tension between them. On this particular day, Mia is tasked with picking up Riley, the younger brother of her best friend Jade. Since her mother's passing, Mia has found a temporary home at Jade's place, a testament to their close bond. The story takes a turn when Mia and Jade come across a social media post about a party hosted by Haley and Joss. There's a buzz around the party, particularly about a game involving spirit possession, a notion which they quickly dismiss as mere pranks. However, unbeknownst to them, the same sinister hand figure responsible for Duckett's possession is now in Joss's possession, setting the stage for a repeat of the earlier tragedy. Driven by curiosity and a sense of adventure, Mia, accompanied by Riley and Jade, decides to sneak out to the party. Upon their arrival, they encounter Jade's boyfriend Daniel, who has a complicated past with Mia, further adding to the intricate web of relationships. The highlight of the party is the introduction of the game Talk to Me, centered around a hand figure. The rules are simple yet creepy. Hold the hand, light a candle, and utter the phrase "talk to me" to supposedly summon a demon or spirit visible only to the holder. The final chilling step involves the participant saying, "I let you in," which results in immediate demonic possession. This game, serving as the movie's central theme, sets the stage for a series of unsettling and supernatural events that unfold, intertwining the fates of the characters in a narrative of suspense, horror, and the unseen forces that lurk within. The story continues to escalate with Mia, the protagonist, boldly volunteering to undergo the process of spirit possession. Haley, the host of the party and keeper of the game's secrets, cautiously informs Mia that the connection with the spirit must be severed within 90 seconds by extinguishing the candle. Failing to do so could result in the spirit binding itself permanently to the person. Undeterred, Mia bravely initiates the ritual by clasping the hand and summoning a spirit with the words, "Talk to me." She is first confronted by the ghostly figure of an old man, a sight that startles her. Undaunted, Mia repeats the process, this time encountering a bizarre and unsettling vision of a woman. Mia then utters the fateful words, "I let you in," inviting the spirit to enter her body. Almost instantly, her manner shifts dramatically. She begins to speak in a chilling voice, unnerving those around her. In a particularly spooky moment, she fixates on Jade's younger brother Riley, cryptically stating, "They really like you." The atmosphere intensifies as Haley and Joss, realizing the potential danger, hastily work to disconnect Mia from the spirit's influence and finally manage to do so. Later that night, back at home, Riley curiously inquires about Mia's experience. Mia, with an unsettling smile, confesses that being possessed was exhilarating, describing an intense awareness of heightened senses. The story takes another dark turn when Daniel, Jade's boyfriend, intrigued and perhaps enticed by Mia's description, expresses his desire to undergo the possession ritual. Haley agrees to conduct the ritual at Jade's house that very night. As the group assembles in anticipation, Daniel eagerly takes his place before the hand, reciting the ritual phrases. The spirit that possesses Daniel manifests in a disturbing manner, hurling insults at Jade and provoking Daniel into physically suggestive behavior. The situation escalates to a bizarre and uncomfortable climax as Daniel begins to act out physically, including an inappropriate interaction with Jade's dog, prompting the group to hurriedly extinguish the candle. However, the group's fascination with the unknown and the thrill of the supernatural experience overrides their initial shock and unease. They collectively decide to dive back into the dangerous game, setting the stage for further spine-chilling encounters as the night progresses. This decision marks a pivotal moment in the plot, illustrating the character's growing obsession with the spirit world, despite the evident risks and unnerving experiences they've already faced. The plot thickens as Riley, intrigued by the spirit possession game, expresses his desire to participate. However, Jade, protective and aware of the risks, firmly refuses, citing the game's dangerous nature and Riley's youth. This leads to a disagreement between Jade and Riley, with Jade momentarily leaving the room, perhaps to collect her thoughts or out of frustration. Seizing the opportunity, Riley turns to Mia, imploring her to let him try the game. Mia, perhaps swayed by Riley's eagerness or feeling sympathetic, agrees to let him have a turn, but insists on a significantly shorter duration than the standard 90 seconds. Riley, thrilled with this prospect, eagerly goes through the ritual. As the timer is set by Haley, Riley chants the necessary phrases and becomes possessed, much to everyone's astonishment. The atmosphere intensifies when it appears that the spirit possessing Riley is that of Mia's deceased mother. Initially, the interaction is emotional and touching, with the spirit expressing deep longing and affection. This emotional moment compels Mia to plead for more time to communicate with what she believes to be her mother's spirit. However, the situation quickly escalates into chaos as the spirit's manner shifts dramatically. In a sudden and violent outburst, Riley, under the spirit's control, starts exhibiting aggressive behavior, resulting in him slamming his head against a cabinet. The teens struggle to sever the connection and ultimately succeed, but not without consequences. Riley is left in a dire state, necessitating immediate medical attention, and is rushed to the hospital. Mia, grappling with guilt over her decision to allow Riley to participate, decides it's time to leave Jade's house and return to her father's home. Her attempts to visit Riley in the hospital are met with hostility from Jade and Sue, who hold her responsible for Riley's condition. In the wake of these unsettling events, Mia finds herself increasingly drawn to Daniel, her ex-boyfriend. She begins to believe that her mother might be trying to communicate with her from beyond. This notion is further reinforced when, during a sleepover with Daniel, Mia is jolted awake by a nightmare. In a bizarre and unnerving twist, she witnesses the ghost of an old woman approaching Daniel and engaging in a disturbing act. In a state of panic, Mia screams for Daniel to wake up, but the real shock comes when Daniel awakens to discover that it is Mia herself engaging in the odd behavior. This surreal and unsettling turn of events leaves Daniel thoroughly unnerved, prompting him to hastily leave Mia's house. The incident adds another layer of complexity to the story's exploration of the supernatural, blurring the lines between reality and the paranormal and casting a shadow over Mia's already troubled life. The narrative takes a deeper dive into the supernatural following Daniel's abrupt departure. Mia, perhaps driven by a mix of desperation and hope, decides to take matters into her own hands. She obtains the hand, the central object of the spirit summoning game, and sets it up with a candle in an attempt to establish communication with her mother, Ria's spirit. In a deep and emotionally charged scene, Ria's spirit materializes before Mia. Overwhelmed with emotions and grappling with unanswered questions, Mia confronts the spirit with the most pressing query that has haunted her: the true nature of her mother's death. Was it a tragic accident, or did her mother take her own life? Ria's spirit offers reassurance, affirming that her death was indeed accidental and emphasizing that she never intended to leave Mia. In a startling revelation, the spirit alerts Mia to Riley's dire situation, indicating that he is in pain and urgently needs assistance. This revelation propels Mia into action, and she swiftly assembles a team comprising Daniel, Haley, and Joss to delve deeper into the mystery. The group's journey leads them to Cole, the troubled individual from the movie's opening scene. It is revealed that Joss acquired the hand from Duckett, Cole's brother, who we saw take his own life in the movie's harrowing beginning. Cole harbors resentment towards Joss, blaming him for consistently involving Duckett in the dangerous game involving the demonic hand. He suggests that the spirits weaken over time while possessing a host, implying that waiting might be the safest course of action. Mia, however, is driven by a sense of urgency and fear for Riley's well-being. She theorizes that the key to saving Riley is to complete the game, suspecting that they failed to blow out the candle during his possession. This leads her to the hospital, where she attempts to initiate a repossession of Riley by the spirits, but to no success. Determined and undeterred, Mia resolves to take a more drastic approach by entering the spirit world herself. She believes that Riley's soul is trapped and tormented by the spirits. In a visually striking and surreal sequence, Mia encounters the spirit of a little girl in a vision. She implores the girl to guide her to Riley. The little girl agrees, revealing a disturbing scene where Riley is being tormented by many violent spirits. Upon regaining consciousness, Mia shares this harrowing insight with her friends. She warns them that the spirits are relentless in their torment of Riley, indicating that the stakes are higher and the situation far more dangerous than they had imagined. This revelation adds a layer of urgency and gravity to their mission as they navigate the blurred lines between the living and the spirit world, racing against time to save Riley. Soon after, Mia returns home to face a startling revelation from her father, Max. He approaches her with a heavy heart, intent on disclosing the truth about her mother, Ria's death. In a moment filled with remorse, Max presents Mia with Ria's death note, shattering Mia's belief that her mother's overdose was accidental. This revelation leaves Mia distraught and tearful, struggling to come to terms with the painful truth. Amidst her emotional turmoil, Mia encounters what she believes to be Ria's spirit in her room. However, the situation quickly becomes confusing and terrifying. Mia hears what sounds like her father banging on her door, but the ghost figure insists that Max is lying. In a chilling twist, the spirit, which looks like Max, violently attacks Mia, escalating the tension and fear. The real Max, hearing the commotion, forcibly breaks in to check on his daughter. In a frantic and confused state, Mia, attempting to defend herself against the attacking spirit, tragically stabs her actual father in the neck in a shocking case of mistaken identity. Panicked and overwhelmed, Mia flees the scene in distress. Seeking help, Mia contacts Jade and deceitfully asks her to come to her house, claiming to have a solution. This, however, is a trick to get Jade away from the hospital, allowing Mia to visit Riley. In a surprising turn, Sue, Jade's mother, arrives and extends an apology to Mia. She apologizes for her previous accusations and reassures Mia that she is not to blame for Riley's condition. Sue then compassionately allows Mia to spend time alone with Riley. In these moments alone with Riley, Mia, now almost completely under the influence of the demonic spirits, becomes convinced that the only way to save him is through his death, believing that this will release him from his suffering. In a harrowing and heart-wrenching scene, Mia prepares to kill Riley with the same scissors but finds herself unable to go through with the act. Meanwhile, Jade, arriving at Mia's house and finding no one there, stumbles upon the critical condition of Mia's father. In a state of panic, Jade urgently calls for an ambulance and notifies her mother, alerting her to the potential danger Mia poses to Riley. This dramatic sequence of events adds a layer of urgency and complexity to the story, as characters grapple with the intertwining of reality, deception, and the influence of malevolent spirits. In the final scenes of the movie, the narrative reaches its climax with a series of intense and surreal events. Sue, in a state of panic, rushes to Riley's hospital room only to find that both her son and Mia are gone. Meanwhile, Jade, upon returning to the hospital, spots Mia in the distance, pushing Riley in a wheelchair. She quickly follows, sensing something is amiss. Mia, deeply affected by her hallucinations and under the influence of what she believes is her mother Ria's spirit, takes Riley to the edge of a busy highway. In her distorted perception, she sees Riley not as a young boy, but as an old, decaying spirit. Ria's spirit continues to manipulate Mia, whispering words of false encouragement and convincing her that pushing Riley into the path of oncoming traffic is the right thing to do. As Mia releases her grip on the wheelchair, a car approaches, leading to a collision. In a shocking twist, it's revealed that it was Mia, not Riley, who was struck by the car. Regaining consciousness in the middle of the road, Mia witnesses Jade tending to Riley by the roadside, unharmed from the incident. The scene shifts abruptly, and Mia finds herself in the hospital, but everything appears distorted. Riley seems to have recovered fully, preparing to leave with Jade and Sue. Even her father Max appears to have healed from his injuries. However, as Mia attempts to follow them, she faces the harrowing realization that no one can hear or see her. In a dramatic turn, Mia is then engulfed in complete darkness. Amidst this void, she notices a faint glimmer of light in the distance. Driven by curiosity and perhaps a glimmer of hope, she moves towards it, only to discover it's a candle with a hand extending from it. As she reaches out to grasp the hand, she is suddenly transported to an entirely different setting, a party. The person holding her hand reacts with shock and utters the spooky words, "I let you in." The movie concludes with this haunting scene, leaving us with the chilling revelation that Mia has now become part of the hand game, transformed into a spirit herself. This twist serves as a grim reminder of the dangerous consequences of messing with the supernatural, as Mia's journey comes full circle, now on the other side of the mysterious and dangerous game. Did this story spook you out? Let us know in the comments below. For more horror movie recaps, subscribe to our channel and we will see you in the next one. Fear awaits you.